What if I told you that people were already making decisions about you before you even said a single word? That the quiet language your body speaks has been screaming insecurities all this time, while you've been focused on finding the perfect thing to say. For years, I was missing the most fundamental truth about attraction and connection. We don't fall for words, we fall for presence, and your presence is written in your body language. I spent countless hours perfecting conversation starters, memorizing stories, even rehearsing jokes, while completely ignoring how I was holding myself in space, how I was breathing, where my eyes were focusing, what my hands were doing when I felt nervous. But everything changed when I finally understood that 93% of human communication isn't verbal at all. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 body language shifts that completely transformed my dating life, signals that create instant attraction without saying a word. This isn't about manipulation, it's about alignment, making your outside match the confidence you want to feel inside. Let's begin. Shift 1. Occupying space with purpose. Have you ever noticed how the most magnetic people in any room seem to expand, not with arrogance, with ease? Most men shrink in social situations, especially around someone they're attracted to. They cross their arms, they lean away, they make themselves small. Your body is constantly broadcasting how you feel about yourself. When you collapse your chest and hunch your shoulders, you're telling everyone around you and your own nervous system that you don't believe you belong. The shift is simple but profound. Take up your rightful space. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Roll your shoulders back. Let your arms hang comfortably at your sides. Breathe deeply into your diaphragm, not your chest. This isn't about puffing up like some dominance display. It's about claiming the space you already deserve. The change in how people respond is immediate and sometimes a little unsettling. When I first started practicing this, a woman at a coffee shop actually approached me and asked what I was reading. That had never happened before. Not once. Your expanded posture tells her you're comfortable in your own skin, and that makes her comfortable around you. But occupying space means nothing if you don't know how to move through it. Shift 2. Deliberate movement. Watch any man who consistently creates attraction, and you'll notice something strange. He moves slower. Most men rush, jerky, nervous movements that broadcast anxiety and eagerness to please. When you move quickly, you signal that you're reacting to the environment. When you move deliberately, you signal that the environment reacts. Slow down. Take an extra second before you respond to a question. Walk at 80% of your normal pace. Use your hands when you speak, but with purpose, not nervous energy. This single shift changes how everyone perceives your status and self-assurance. I remember the first time I consciously slowed my movements during a date. She actually leaned in closer to hear what I was saying next. The dynamic completely reversed. Suddenly, she was the one working to keep my attention. But deliberate movement falls apart completely if you miss the next critical signal. Shift 3. Unwavering eye contact. Your eyes reveal everything you're afraid to say out loud. Most men make one of 2 critical errors. They either avoid eye contact entirely, signaling insecurity, or they maintain unbroken, intense eye contact, which reads as aggression or desperation. Magnetic eye contact follows a natural rhythm. Hold her gaze comfortably when she's speaking. This shows you're present and interested in her words. When you're speaking, alternate between meeting her eyes and looking away thoughtfully. This shows you're confident, but not trying to dominate. The technique that changed everything for me was the triangle method. Move your focus gently between her left eye, right eye, and mouth in a relaxed triangle pattern. This creates depth in the connection without becoming intense, and subtly draws attention to your lip, creating a gentle current of attraction that builds naturally. A woman once told me, weeks after we started dating, that she decided to give me her number because, in her words, you looked at me like you were perfectly comfortable seeing me, but not desperate to keep looking. That's exactly the balance we're creating. But even perfect eye contact falls flat if you're making the next critical mistake. Shift 4. Eliminating nervous tells. We all have them, those unconscious habits that leak anxiety into every interaction. Fidgeting with objects, touching your face or neck, excessive nodding, checking your phone, bouncing your leg under the table. These micro movements assassinate attraction without you even realizing. They scream, "I'm not comfortable here. I'm not sure I belong." The most common one I see, and was guilty of myself, is nodding while someone else is talking, as if desperately agreeing to maintain approval. Stillness is power. Learn to sit in your own presence without needing to fill every moment with movement. Keep your hands visible, but relax. Plant your feet. Breathe from your diaphragm. Every time you feel the urge to fidget, take a deep breath instead. This one change revolutionized my presence in both my dating life and my career. People started telling me I seemed more trustworthy and easier to talk to, when the only thing I'd changed was removing these anxiety signals. But all these physical adjustments mean nothing without the final, most critical element. Shift 5. Emotional congruence. This is where most advice about body language gets it completely wrong. They tell you to fake it till you make it, to perform confidence you don't actually feel. But women are walking emotional radar systems. They can sense the disconnect between what your words say and what your body believes. True magnetic body language isn't about performance. It's about alignment. Your body must tell the same story as your words, which must tell the same story as your feeling. This means doing the internal work, addressing your insecurities honestly, developing genuine self-respect, building a life you're legitimately proud of. Your body naturally expresses what you truly believe about yourself. If you believe you're worth knowing, really believe it, not just saying it, your body will naturally occupy space, move with intention, make comfortable eye contact, and remain at ease in social situations. The moment that changed everything for me wasn't learning these techniques. It was when I stopped seeing them as techniques at all, when I began focusing on becoming a man who naturally embodies these qualities, not someone performing them to get something. Here's what no one tells you about body language. It works in both directions. Yes, your emotions shape your posture, but your posture also shapes your emotion. When you stand tall, you begin to feel more confident. When you move deliberately, you begin to think more clearly. When you make comfortable eye contact, you begin to connect more authentically. The way you carry yourself physically rewires your nervous system over time. This isn't just about attracting others. It's about becoming the version of yourself that you actually want to be. Since making these changes, everything shifted, not just in my dating life, though, yes, the quality of connections I've formed has transformed completely, but in every area, how I'm perceived at work, how strangers respond to me in public, how comfortable I feel in my own skin. Your body tells a story about you every minute of every day. What story is yours telling right now? Is it the story of a man who's waiting for permission, or a man who grants it to himself? The choice has always been yours. Stand tall, move with purpose, see and be seen. Find stillness in your strength. Align your outside with your best inside, and watch as everything changes. If you found value in this, hit subscribe for more insights on authentic connection. Drop a comment about which of these shifts you're going to focus on this week. Until next time, stand tall. The world responds to how you show up in it.